Hello everyone, this is James Pittman for the Texas Post at www.thetexaspost.me. Welcome to my video cast. So, I wanted to come to y'all today to talk about a couple things, actually 3 or 4, of importance to me and other people. First of all, I want to let y'all know something. The rolling blackouts are over. ERCOT has announced that there is now sufficient generation and reduced demand for power in the state of Texas to where there's no longer an emergency. That's good. So right now, the biggest focus is on restoring power to those who do not have electricity because of transmission line issues or other mechanical problems. But beyond that, we're also getting reports of water issues all over the state. We're getting reports of water systems failing, pressure, boil water notices. The list goes on and on and on. But the good news is electricity is back. It is back pretty well to stay. And I don't think there's really going to be that much of an issue with it going forward. Except for one minor little thing. The various Texas officials want answers, and they want answers like yesterday. The reason? ERCOT, which controls the power grid in Texas, and guess what, if you didn't know, Texas actually has its own independent power grid. It does not receive, most of the state, rather, does not receive power from an outside state source. And so when all this mess happened, they didn't have that ability to draw in this state, and this state, and this state to solve the power needs. It was just mostly from Texas. And when generators and wind turbines and solar panels all froze up, there was nothing people could do. It was actually ground zero for a lot of trouble. And so, honestly, Texas lawmakers and officials, they want answers. They want to know why the grid failed, why power plants could not keep up with the demand, why solar and wind basically got knocked out of the question faster than expected. In case you didn't know, the wind turbines froze up and the solar panels were covered in snow. Wow. That didn't work. Sorry. Okay, so segment 2. What am I going to talk about on segment 2? Okay, so if you didn't notice, I'm wearing a Boy Scouts of America Scouts BSA uniform. So what is my connection to Scouts? Well, I'm actually unit commissioner with the Brazos Valley District of the Longhorn Council BSA. I'm also a National Jamboree staff member from 2001, and a Brotherhood member of the Order of the Arrow. But you might wonder, why with all the negative publicity would I be involved in scouting? Well, let me tell you why. Because they have made a big difference in my life. I'm partly disabled, if you didn't know, and I got my eagle at 25. But the reason why I'm involved in scouting is because I believe it has a mission even today to instill values, leadership, character, citizenship, and adventure. Let me ask you a question, parents. Would you rather have your kids sitting in front of a computer screen every single day? Or would you rather them be outdoors, having fun, going camping, going places, seeing new things, having new experiences? There's a lot you can learn on a computer screen, and I'll give you that. But there's a lot more out there. There's nature, there's hiking, backpacking, boating, canoeing, first aid, leadership, citizenship, you name it. Scouting has it. And you're wondering, well, of course, there's been a lot of negative publicity as far as the leaders getting, messed up. But let me tell you this. If you were to look at the case histories of the people that you're looking at from these scandals, they are mostly from the 60s and 70s. Guess what? You didn't have the internet back then. You couldn't tell if a person was using an alias easily. And a lot of the things that you're seeing of these scouts getting in trouble, well, it usually can be tied to the same person from multiple leader names. So now the BSA has a way to track down those leader names faster and easier, and makes it safer for kids to join scouting. In fact, Scouts is one of the most safest, fun, and just plain good. Let me tell you this. I love scouting. I believe in scouting. I think scouting has a part to play in the future going forward. Yes, there are some things scouting is going to need to do. But we should never give up on something that has brought so much joy and so much character to those who have experienced it firsthand. Okay, now for segment 3. I have a major problem with Joe Biden. Major. Okay, so the other day, if you haven't heard, Joe Biden canceled the Keystone Pipeline, which was a pipeline from Canada all the way to Texas for delivering oil. And so he said, well, I don't want to do this pipeline, quote unquote, on environmental grounds, because, of course, the environmental groups are big in the Democratic Party. But, guess what? Fox News reported that while Biden was shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, he was actually in cahoots with the Taliban, which is a terrorist organization, to build a pipeline in Afghanistan to where they can benefit economically. Now, I do wonder, why would you want to benefit our enemies? Why would you want to outrightly benefit our enemies? Guys, Joe Biden's a couple tacos short, and this time he's come up with Taco Bell really short. Here's the thing, Mr. President. Texas does not agree with you. Texas wants its oil and gas jobs. Texas wants its beef jobs. Texas wants its jobs, period. Its energy jobs, its cattle jobs, its tech jobs, its other jobs, its autos, whatever. We do not need a president who is going to sell us out. Because basically that's exactly what Joe Biden is doing. And he's not even doing it the legal way. He's signing executive orders. He's saying what the law is without actually having Congress pass the law. And to be totally honest, this crap is like crap, period. Now for segment 4, which is the final segment. We're getting into a lot of fun with the space age. Now that NASA has a brand new program called the Commercial Crew Program. And there's actually a couple of companies that have signed on to actually carry space tourists into space and to the International Space Station. But what does this all mean with commercial space? Well, here's the thing. The space agency and NASA is finally figuring out that commercial space is a good investment. With Boeing Starliner and Crew Dragon from SpaceX, we're finally seeing people getting the opportunity to be real-life astronauts. And don't forget Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin. They're right behind them. So, what else do I think? Well, I think that's a wrap. So, I've got to thank the corner stop at 1302 North Chadbourn. Check out Brian and the gang for their cheeseburger special on Wednesday. Didn't disappoint. Also, check out the teacher store at 310 North Chadbourn. Dominic and the gang, they have a lot of cool teacher aids. School supplies, learning toys, flashcards, globes, laminating posters, fort bricks, they got that. And finally, I'd also like to say thank you to Old Town Books. They're San Angelo's main bookstore now. There's also a Cactus bookstore, but Old Town Books has almanacs, mysteries, fiction, you name it, they've got it. And if they don't have it, I believe they can also special order. And well, that's goodbye for now. This is James Pittman reporting for the Texas Post, www.thetexaspost.me. Thank you and good afternoon.